In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install the real Pokemon TCG Overhaul mod for TCG Card Shop Simulator. Now, I have done a previous video on this, but there is, of course, a new version since that video, and a lot of people have been asking me to make a new version of the video, so here it is. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to Steam, and you're going to want to right-click on your TCG Card Shop Simulator game if you have it installed already. You want to go to Manage, Browse Local Files, and then you want to leave that folder open. Now you want to go back to Steam again, and you want to right click, go to Manage, and then you want to uninstall the game. Now this will not delete your saved game files, so don't worry about that, just uninstall it. And then after you've done that, you can then go back to the folder that we opened up, and anything that is inside the folder, you want to go back in one folder to Common, and then you want to delete the TCG Card Shop Simulator folder there. That will remove any residue that was left over from before. And then after you're done that, you can reinstall the game, or at this point you can fresh install if you haven't installed it before. Once it's done installing, then you want to go to the next step, which is open up the browser and go to the Real Pokemon TCG Overhaul page on Nexus mods. Now I'm going to have a link to the description for the mod, and you can just click that link to go over there. After you're on that page, you want to scroll down to where it shows you the installation instructions. Now we've already done the first step, so now we have to move on to the second step, which is to install BepInEx. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to open that in a new tab, and I'm going to go to the BepInEx pack page. Now BepInEx is a mod manager, so that's why that's important to download. So you're going to want to go to the files page and then click on manual download, and then click slow download. And then you're going to want to download it. Now I save everything of mine in a folder on my desktop called TCG Mods. You can do the same thing. I have a mods backup folder there as well. You can ignore that. That's just where I store all my backed up mods, and then you're going to want to save it. After it's done downloading, then you want to open up the folder again, the TCG Mods folder in my case, and I'm going to drag it over to the left hand side, and I'm going to keep the TCG Card Shop Simulator Steam folder open on the right side, which is where we're going to be dragging and dropping everything. So there it is down there. Now you can see that I'm going to, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on BepInEx, the zip file, I'm going to extract all. And if you're using a zip extract program like WinRAR or something, you can do it that way. I'm just using the regular way, which is built into Windows. I'm going to extract it, and then I'm just going to close this window, and I'm going to delete the zip just to keep things clean. And then I'm going to click into the BepInEx folder. I'm going to grab all of the stuff in there, and I'm going to drag and drop it into the empty space over on the TCG Card Shop Simulator folder on the right. Now BepInEx has been installed. So to verify that that is actually working, I'm going to play the game. Once the game is loaded, you can press F1 on your keyboard and you should see this pop up. Now if you don't see that pop up, you can also try pressing the function key on your keyboard. Some people have a function key that they have to hold down while pressing F1. So try that if you don't see it. If that's not the case, then you probably did not install it correctly. So after that's done, I'm going to close the game down, and then I'm going to go back to the browser. I'm going to close the BepInEx page, and I'm going to go to the next step, which is to install the Add Entirely New Cards mod. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. I'm going to go over to that tab, and I'm going to click on Files. I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to again click Manual Download. And then I'm going to download it. Now you can see that it has a prerequisite, which is the BepInEx pack, which we already have. So again, I'm going to save that over in my TCG Mods folder. And then when that's done, I'm going to go over to the folder, and I'm going to go back one level, because as you recall, we were in BepInEx before. I'm going to go back to my TCG Mods folder, and then I'm going to right click and extract all, and I'm going to save it, or I'm going to extract it, and I'm going to close that, delete the zip, and I'm going to click into the new cards mod folder that just got extracted. And now you can see there's a BepInEx folder there. So I'm just literally going to drag that BepInEx folder into the TCG Card Shop Simulator folder, and I'm going to copy it. And that's going to put any files that are needed into the other BepInEx folder that we already had. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the TCG Mods folder just to be ready for the next one. I'm going to go back to the browser. I'm going to close the window for the add entirely new cards mod, and then I'm going to go to the next step, which is to install texture replacer. So once again, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go into the new page, and I'm going to go to files, and then I'm going to download, and I'm going to do slow download, and again I'm going to save it. And when that's done, once again I'm going to go down to the folders, and I'm going to right click on texture replacer, and I'm going to extract all, extract it, close the window, and then I'm going to delete the zip. I'm going to click into texture replacer. Now texture replacer has to go in a different spot. So if I click into it once, you'll see there's a texture replacer folder. I'm going to click into BepInEx on the right, click it plugins, and then I'm going to drag texture replacer into the plugins folder, and I'm going to copy it. So again, texture replacer has to go into BepInEx plugins. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the TCG Card Shop Simulator folder on the right, just to be ready for the next thing. And I'm going to go back to my TCG mods folder on the left, and then I'm going to go back to the browser, close the window, and then the last step here for these instructions is, for the extra mods, is to install More Cards expansion. Now More Cards expansion has a couple of steps that you need to do. I'm going to go to files, and then I'm going to go to manual download. Now this is the base version of the mod. There are patches that you also need to download. So I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to go back to the files page. This one does take a little while to download. So once it's finished downloading, I'm going to go back to the files page, and then there's 2 patches that you need. Now I don't know if you need both of them, but I'm just going to download them both anyway. There's minor patch 1, and then there's minor patch 2. So minor patch 2 might already have the thing from minor patch 1, but just in case, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to click manual download on the first one. I'm going to download it. I'm going to do slow download, and then I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go back to the files page, and then I'm going to download minor patch 2 and do the same thing. I'm going to download it, slow download, and it will download. Okay, and then I'm going to save it. And then when that's done, I'm going to go down to my folders again, and I'm going to first install the base mod, which is this one, Card Expansion Mod version 1.8.5. I'm going to extract it. Okay, once it's done, I'm going to close the folder, and then I'm going to delete the zip, and then I am going to find the folder here, Card Expansion Mod 1.8.5. I'm going to click into it, and then you'll see a BepInEx folder, and just like before, we're going to drag and drop it into the empty space in TCG Card Shop Simulator on the right, and it's going to put whatever files it needs into the BepInEx folder. Okay, and then we want to do the patches. So I'm going to go back to the TCG mods folder. I'm going to go to the first patch, minor patch 1. I'm going to extract, close it, and again, it's the same thing. You're going to click into minor patch 1, the folder that opened up, grab the BepInEx folder, drag it, drop it, copy, replace. And then once again, we're going to go back to TCG mods, and then go to minor patch 2, and I'm going to delete minor patch 1 zip file, of course, and then I'm going to extract all on minor patch 2, close the window, and then delete the zip, and go to minor patch 2. Now you don't have to delete the zip files. I just do that because I want to not have extra files sitting around. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drag and drop it, copy, replace, and then I'm going to go back to TCG mods, and we're done with that step. So I'm going to close that window. Now the last step is to install the real Pokemon TCG Overhaul Mod, of course. So we're going to scroll up to the top, and then we're going to go to files, and then we're going to click on manual download on the real Pokemon TCG Overhaul 4.0, and you can see all the dependencies that we already installed, and we're going to click download. Now this is a massive download. It's 5.6 gigabytes. It took me over 30 minutes to download it with the free Nexus account, so just keep that in mind, that it's going to take you a while to actually download this. Now I already had mine downloaded, so I'm literally just going to copy and paste it from my backup folder. But for you guys, once it's finished downloading, then you want to do the same steps as before. You want to right click, extract all, and then you'll have the folder just like you see it on mine. So this is after it's been extracted. I've already deleted the zip file, and now we're going to go into the folder Real Pokemon TCG Overhaul 4.0, and you'll see a BepInEx folder. And again, just like before, we want to drag and drop it into the TCG Card Shop Simulator folder, into the empty space, and copy. And now again, because this is a big file, it's going to take a little bit for it to actually copy over. And then at the end, it might ask you to replace the files in the destination. Just say yes. And that's basically it. You have everything installed. So now if I go into Steam and I press play on the game, it might take a little bit for the game to actually load because it's doing a whole bunch of stuff with the files. But once it's loaded, then you will see, if you've had it installed correctly, then you should see a Pokemon card on the loading screen, and you should also see a new background. Okay, so there it is. There's the new background you can see, and you can also see the Pokemon card spinning on the loading. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to press F1 to open up BepInEx, and then you want to configure everything in this section as according to the description of the actual mod. So if you go to the description and scroll down, you'll see this. So in these areas, you want to make sure that everything is set up correctly. So in TCG Shop Expansion Mod, you want to go back to the game, open that up, and then you want to check to make sure everything is unchecked except for enable custom configs for original expansions. So it's already done here. So it might already be done for you. You might not actually have to do anything. And then you want to go down to texture replacer, and you want to match exactly what you see here. So in the first section, everything is enabled except for the ghost change cards. So full change cards, normal change cards enabled, everything is, you know, checked off there. So I'm going to just open up texture replacer, and you can see it's the same for me here. And then at the bottom here, you want to also make sure that all of these things are checked. There's 4 of them. There's show full image, ghost show full image, show full image for normal, and then show pixel glow. Now again, for me, it was already set up correctly, so you might not have to do anything here, but just double check to make sure that it's all fine. So everything looks good. I'm going to close that, and then I'm going to load my save, and I'm going to press load. Now again, it might take a little bit, but once it's done, you should see everything set up correctly here. And there you go. So you can see the new sign up at the top. You can see over here where I have my packs, all the pack art is updated. I can grab one of the packs here and crack it open. And all of the art here is good. All of the plushies are good. Everything looks good, and it is all set up perfectly fine. So that's basically it. If this video has helped you guys, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps us out a lot, and it encourages me to make more videos like this for you guys. So that's about it. I'm going to close the game here. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.